Hello everyone, I'm Akabane101 and I am now back for the next 15 minutes of Halo Reach. And yes, I will be doing this for the whole campaign. I will be doing a commentary on the entire campaign, and I will not do commentary over cinematics. So if there's any cinematics, I will cut the commentary and make sure it rolls smoothly into that. So anyway, not worrying about that. What we're doing now is that I'm taking point, and we're moving over by this waterfall, and we're going to be moving past and seeing if there's any more Covenant, and move on to the designated location that we were told to go in the first place. We do realize that the Covenant are now on Reach. It's not a rebel force. If there were rebels, obviously the rebels would have been killed by the Covenant hands down, because those Covenant don't really care if there's people fighting humans, because if humans are fighting humans, you know what? The Covenant will fight them anyway. Alright, and here's a little cool firefight, and you'll notice something very interesting. What's this? What? Elites? No way, those guys were from Combat Evolved. Well, yes, this is the prequel to Halo Combat Evolved, and that's why you're seeing elites in this game. And yes, they're back, and they're meaner than ever. Like, they're like even worse than they were in Halo 2. Like, and by that, I mean like they're very smart, and they really know how to take you down as well as your team. So, yeah, you have to be careful. And I think I was trying to scoot over to assassinate that guy. And here's some more MOAs.
Commander, I'm seeing more hostile activity to the northeast. Camille, you're with Cat.
Six and I will run interference on the ground. We'll meet you at the outpost.
Number 3, requesting airlift. Over.
Alright, so now what we get to do is, this is the first time you actually get to drive a vehicle. You will see a civilian vehicle down here. And I was just being lame and totally just looking at my foot, because that was totally cool to do. You know, looking at your feet in this game is kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, so Carter's going to get in the side, and the really cool thing I thought was George gets in the back with his giant machine gun, and he uses it like a turret. So I'm like, ooh, that's actually pretty darn cool. And the handling of the car is a little worse than a Warthog, but it's not so bad. And some MOAs, you can actually run those over. They don't help you for the achievement, but yeah, I kind of was trying to be humane about it and totally not run over a MOA. And oh, that was some bad driving, and somehow I saved it. I totally saved that. I'm honking the horn for George to get back. Note for everyone that plays this game, do not let the AI drive your car. It will take eons to get to the location. The only time you want to let them drive the car is when you're totally confused as to where you're going to go, and just let them get into the driver's seat, and they will take you to the location that you need to go to. And to flip it over, simply press X. Every button is pretty much mapped to the Halo Combat Evolved, with the exception of the melee button. I think that was a different button in Halo CE for this. But you can easily just change the button layout. Okay, here's where I went wrong. I went the wrong way, because I only played the first mission once, right? So I wouldn't exactly know. So you'll see that I cut the scene of me just waiting, but there was some action-y parts over here, a little bit, and you get to see George firing from the back of the civilian vehicle, like he's using a turret. And so basically, I'm just gonna walk around here and like, man, I do remember going here last time. It's like, this is totally the place I went to. It's like, oh look, there's an elite and stuff. Totally missed with that plasma grenade. Looks like I am just a noob. I'm a newbie noob at these casual games, man. You know, I guess I'm just one of those casual players that really suck at Halo. You know how I am. If you ever see me play the beta, all of the videos I upload were like the beginning videos. And I looked over those games from when I played, and I just sucked at it.
Boss, we're picking up a distress signal.
Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. Does anyone read? We were attacked by Covenant forces. The Covenant is on Reach. I repeat, the Covenant is on Reach.
The troopers? Let's move, Six. We gotta find the source of that distress call.
No disrespect, but don't we have more important things to do than round up strays?
We don't leave people behind. You see those troopers, you let me know.
Noble leader, I'm seeing possible friendly forces under attack, south of your position. Over.
We're under attack. I repeat, Mayday. Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. We are under attack by the Covenant. I got wounded. Cannot hold this position.
We need to find those troopers now.
Alright, and I cut the scene so I could be over here. It did take me a while to actually find a place I was supposed to go to, because I'm not very smart when I played this game at this specific time. But in future reference, I will be a lot better at Halo. It's always nice to look over your the problems that you do in a game. And this actually, literally, this actually is helping me with my Legendary play. I have been playing Legendary, and those Jackals I was talking about that were not Jackals, they're actually called Skirmishers. They're called Skirmishers. They're like Jackals that charge directly at you, and they're pretty violent if you get attacked by a good swarm of them. They can do a lot of damage to you on Legendary.
Noble leader, be advised. I have visual on inbound Covenant dropships.
Evac transport, keep your distance.
And this is a pretty cool time to fight, because you have to defend the LZ, you have to defend the hot zone, and so basically you're just having a good time in on Reach, you know, your first time on Reach, and you get screwed over by the Covenant, you know. Thanks, Covenant, for, you know, completely ruining our lives with having a nice day on Reach. You know, it's such a nice looking planet, and they're just gonna glass it. It's like, hey, look, it's a pretty planet. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna glass the planet. And I think I was trying to do an assassination there. Totally failed it. I completely thought I had the guys back, and I didn't. I just didn't. And how you do assassinations is you just hold down the melee button when you're right behind them. You just hold it down for as long as you can until you see them. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like just jump on your back and like stab him in the neck. But I'm not gonna spoil it any further. There's multiple different kinds of assassinations, and I definitely have done one in these videos. I am assuming, and it's like, darn. It's like, look, I'm like right on their back, and I completely thought I got them. Like I really was hoping I got the assassination, but it doesn't look like I got any of them in this video so far. But no worries, you guys will 100% see an assassination. Maybe we'll see one here. I am not entirely sure you will. Nope, I just punched him directly in the face because I am so badass like that. Looks like we got the evac coming, and yes, you do get to go into the Falcon. And the Falcon's pretty cool. It is a... at some points you actually get to do a rail shooter, which are actually pretty darn fun. They're even better than what the Call of Duty rail shooters were like, so... it is a good time, considering you don't have to worry about recharging your health. But anyway, I'm going to be quiet for 2 seconds here while they talk.
Noble 2, sit rep.
We're at the relay outpost. Door's locked. Mechanism's been flash fused.
Can you beat it?
I dial up my torch, cut the way through. Gonna take some time.
Okay. We're en route to your location.
And actually, if you look at this, like, just look at the areas around you. Like, this is such a nice looking game. Like, it's definitely a huge improvement over Halo 3. Like, what the developers have said, they completely just dismantled, like, gutted everything out of the Halo 3 engine and just changed it into, like, a new engine. You know how much time that takes? That takes a whole year just to make one engine for a game. You know, they worked really hard on this game, and I'm really liking it. I'm going to be quiet for 2 seconds again, so enjoy this part.
Approaching the comm outpost.
Drop us in the courtyard.
LZ's a little hot, sir.
Put her down, pilot. 6, brakes over.
And by that, he means we're going back into the fray, and I think that's pretty fun. Casual is definitely the most fun you'll ever have with Halo, because you can just pretty much do whatever you want. Yeah, normal is pretty fun too. Heroic, yes, with your friends. And basically, I'm just going to recommend to the casual gamers out there, do not start this game on Heroic or Legendary if you want to have a fun time playing this game. You'll just get way too frustrated while playing this game. So, oh, assassination right there. I'm so happy I finally got one in there. That was one of the assassinations. And again, I'm going to be quiet for 2 more seconds while the conversation goes on.
How we doing, Cat?
Taking a little longer than I hoped, Commander. I've cut about halfway through the door.
Contact. Act control.
Alright, now we're defending the outpost entrance, and this is a really cool time in the game. I really love this mission. I love all the missions, honestly. This one's one of my favorite. Like, pretty much all of them are going to be my favorite. I'm probably going to mention that in every single one. Well, except for the last mission, you'll see why, but I'm not going to really spoil that too much for you guys. Anyway, it's pretty fun trying to defend this entrance. The harder the difficulty, the more interesting it gets, because the more times you feel like you're really almost there, like, getting your life threatened by these Covenant, and there's just so many of them. But as you can see, I finally got the designated marksman rifle, and there is a racial slur to the DMR, and I'm not going to say that because, for the sake of all the YouTubers that are going to be watching this, I'm not going to say which race it discriminates, but it is kind of funny, and really it has nothing to do with the race. It's just a joke. But I'm not going to mention it, and you'll have to figure that out for yourself. And Kat has finally fixed the door, and for some reason I didn't hear them for like 2 seconds. But I'm going to run back in, and ooh, we're going to get to a cutscene as this thing is closing. Are we going to make it, or is the explosions just going to be too much for George as he just tears up that door? And looks like we're going to have a cutscene soon, so thank you guys. I will be back after the cutscene, hopefully.
Relay back online. Emil, post here. If we flush any hostiles, they're yours. All right, let's do this.
Sorry, actually, the cutscene is not just yet, but this is actually where you learn how to turn on your night vision. There is a pretty funny comment that Carter makes if you don't know if you didn't turn on your night vision just yet. He's like, I can't see a thing. Hey, Noble 6, can you turn on your night vision? Which kind of implicates that, like, okay, I can't see a thing, so how about he sees it and he just tells me where it is. It's so weird.
Number 6, search that body.
Where's the rest of your unit?
We got split. I don't think they... It sounded bad on the comms.
All right, Corporal. Stay put. We'll get you a combat surgeon.
Damn. Plasma damage. Found something. I'll take that, 6. Not your domain.
I got a live one over here. Come on. Out you come.
Nie! Menianinen! Nie! Hadun Bacon!
It's all right. We're not gonna hurt you.
Yori nie!
George.
I got her. Keep still, and I'll release you.
Meg. Itvanak.
What's the status? Over!
We've been engaged! Bad guy coming out!
That Tango Group has permission to pursue.
-4, stay on the entrance. 2, handle her. 5 and 6, clear the hole.
And now we are off to go get that Zealot class elite, which is going to be so awesome because the elite is just really, really mean and usually doesn't want to die. And if you notice, he's going to try and lead you into the pack of grunts. As you can see, if you just saw him, he just ran into the corridor, and if you run into that corridor, there is a lot more troops in there in a very narrow space, which is very great for grenades if you have grenades, but if you don't have grenades, then you're kind of in trouble there. And the more you get pulled in, the more troops are going to be there. As you can see, he pulled you into all these grunts and all these little jackals here. And well, on casual, they're kind of easy to take down. On legendary, they're kind of not very nice people, and they're just really mean. And I remember playing this actually yesterday on legendary, and this Zealot class guy, he has a sword. And they charge directly at you, and it scares the bejeebers out of me. And they're just not very nice people. I'm just letting you guys know that. All right, so I think this will wrap up the next 15 minutes of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will continue the story. Tomorrow, actually, we'll continue the story tomorrow, and you will see. Another cutscene right at the beginning, most likely. And yes, I just killed the guy with the sword and now have the sword, and it is one-hit kill. And so yeah, I'm just going to clean up this grunt here, and I'm going to end the video. So thanks guys, I'm Macabane101, subscribe to my YouTube account, and I will see you guys next time. Peace off.
Cat needs you to reset a junction. Do it, get back here.